Hey, what's going on everybody? DJ Chance here. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing a product by Xvive. Now for the purposes of full disclosure, Xvive reached out to me to do a full and honest review on their product. They're not paying me for this product, and I'm actually going to open it here on the camera and see what we have here. So we'll have an unboxing of it, and then I'll do a full review for it. So let's see what we're getting into here. Alright. I don't want to cut too deep because I don't know how far down their box is. All right, Xvive. Wow, look, paper. All right, so this is the product right here. They sent me the U3 dynamic microphone wireless system. They also have a condenser version of this that has phantom power if you're using this system with condenser microphones. They sent me two. All right, so it looks like they have them nicely padded in here. I have to say, I wasn't expecting that. All right, so we have our transmitter and we have our receiver. Now, what else do we have in the box? So we have the nice foam, and what's that saying there? Accessory is under the foam insert. I like that. That's pretty cool attention to detail. I can't say that I've seen this before, where they've actually like cut out the words out of the foam. Good job, Xvive. I was not expecting that. That one really caught me by surprise. And underneath that box, looks like we have a charging cable here. It looks like it's more of a meter, and I thought it was going to be longer. I thought it was more substantial just by the way it was bundled up. But it looks like because it has the dual ends and the splitter here, it made it look more substantial. Like my eyes were cheated by some spell, as something Legolas would say. Here we've got a USB, and it looks like to a micro USB. Well, that's disappointing. I was hoping it would be a USB-C for faster charging times. I'm not sure yet on how long it takes to charge these. And underneath that, we've got that poisonous thing to keep moisture out. So it looks like serial number, we have a 12-month warranty. We've got 90 feet of range is what it's telling me here. Less than 6 milliseconds of latency. All right, 5 hours of battery life. That's actually pretty good. That means that this will last an entire gig. This feels pretty substantial, pretty weighty. I'm going to assume that that's because of the battery that's inside of here. There you've got your charging port on the top.
On the top?
On the top.
You have your microphone or line. That's pretty cool that they have that built into this. So this way you can use it for like a controller. Let's say maybe you want to do your DJ controller wireless output into speakers. You got your power and your mute. All right, so the power looks like it is on. And it looks like when you press this button, it's the channels. Looks like that's the frequency you're going to be on. Channel 4, channel 5, channel 6. So we have 6 channels of operation.
6!
That's easy enough. So power. So it doesn't really go into mute. It looks like it turns it off completely. Yeah, so mute is actually turning it power down. And I won't know until I try it with the microphone if it makes a clicking noise or not. Mic or line, we're going to leave that on mic. So this one's simple enough. Power, and then I'd pick the frequency. So just because I started on 6, I'm going to put that one in 6 as well. All right, you've got an indicator light here on the receiver, which is nice. You've got a nice visual indicator from across a room to know if this thing is actually on or not. What would happen if I plugged them in together? They would probably explode. I wonder. No, I don't want to do it because I might break it. It's kind of like when you were a kid and you got 2 9-volt batteries. I want to plug them together and see what happens. It'll probably implode the universe.
The universe will implode!
So we got our serial numbers. Looks like it's etched right in. That's kind of like the foam. I'm surprised. Most companies kind of cheap out and put just a sticker. So far I've got to admit the build quality feels pretty substantial. It's definitely weighted on one end. It's not very well balanced, so you would lose power on the swing, as Thor told Vision about his hammer. This one doesn't have any lit up indicator on it itself. You just have the actual channel lit up at all times. Okay, I can deal with that. What else? So there was that booklet. And it's not a page turning booklet. It's one that unfolds and shows you their complete line, I guess. All right, so the U3 set transmitter receiver, you can DI or XLR output gear, mixer, dynamic microphone, live sound mixers on the receiver end, or portable PAs, active loudspeakers, recorders. Let's see, mic mode is 0 decibels, generally used for dynamic microphone input. Line mode is -10. Okay, that makes sense for home studio. I like that they've got it plugged into a Focusrite Scarlett there. That is a really good piece. Not sure what mixer that is. It could be a Yamaha. So you can purchase them separately. It looks like transmitter only for the condenser, and a receiver only. The U4R4, not the R5D4, the U4R4. That's totally going to be a Droid. If that's legal, we get a digital microphone wireless sticker. Oh, it's bent though. It's not in mint condition now. Now I won't be able to resell it on eBay in 25 years at a profit. It's no longer mint. But that is how it came in the box. And here is our manual. It's nothing substantial here, but I'm sure I'm going to find some gems inside of this. No screws, no user serviceable parts. Inside. Parts inside. Refer servicing to qualified service personnel. Warning: to reduce the risk of fire or electric shock, do not expose the appliance to rain or moisture. The appliance, huh? Approved for use in worldwide. Less than 5 milliseconds latency. The other thing said 6 milliseconds. Which one is it here? Simultaneous broadcast on 6 channels. Broad 20 Hz to 20 kHz frequency response. Up to 90 feet. Actual range depends on RF signal absorption, reflection, and interference. That is very true. 5 hours of battery life. Rechargeable battery for both transmitter and receiver. High resolution audio. Dynamic range 110 decibels. Signal to noise is 110. U3 Wireless aims to take the complexity and frustration out of traditional wireless microphone systems, creating a flexible, all-in-one solution that makes your favorite dynamic microphones into wireless. I don't know whose silhouette this is, but they're sexy. All right, basic operation transmitter. Mic in XLR input jack. Spring. Circumferential ground spring providing an accurate connection to the mating shell. The mating shell, I like it. Power status LED, which is number 9. So we're talking about, which one here? Oh, I didn't even see those at the very bottom. If the LED is off, like it is right now, I have 100% to 30% power in the battery. Solid red would be 29% to 11%. Flickering red, less than 10%. That's actually really good to know. That's a useful feature to have here. I like that a lot. And underneath, you can see there's an LED right there too. I didn't see that as well on first pass. It looks like, oh, it's the same thing for the battery. The LED off, which it is, that means it's at 100% to 30%. Solid red, 29 to 11, flickering less than 10%, and 10. So this is just going to be that it's actually getting a signal. If it's flashing, there's signal connection interference. Off, the transmitter is off or unlinked. Let's see dimensions. So 31, 29, 90, 50 ohms. 3.7 volt rechargeable lithium ion, 860 milliamps. Okay, charging time, that's pretty important. 15 minutes will get you 30 minutes. All right, 30 minutes gets you an hour gets you 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Okay, you get twice the amount of charged capacity as it took you to actually have it on a charger. Turn off the power switch while charging. Do not use the U3 when charging, which may reduce the battery life. That makes sense. Here's the bandwidth for channels 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Keep more than 3 meters distance between receiver unit and Wi-Fi transmitters such as routers. The channel switch locks. After 15 seconds, double-click the channel button to unlock and reset. That's a good bit of information to know. All right, and underneath that, we've got a transport bag for these. You know what this feels like? Very exact same material as the very first headphone bag that I ever had, and that was for the Sony 7506s. Got your little zip bag there. I kind of like that they embossed the logo. They've definitely got their embossing skills down at Xvive, if nothing else. I mean, come on, you got an embossed bag. They embossed the serial numbers into the aluminum here, and then what they did with that foam thing, that's... I don't know why, that's going to tickle me for a while. So I will see you in a few seconds as I connect this to gear and see how it works. It's kind of a tight fit to get it in there. It took a little bit of force to get it in there. I don't know if that's just because of the entrance of the XLR for the PodMic. I'll see if it does the same thing with my Shure SM58. All right, so we've got that in there. Turn the power on. There go our LEDs. And then I'm going to take the receiving end and put it in the back of my DDJ SX2 and see what we get from there. Okay, you can see that behind. I had to turn this up substantially more than my Rode Wireless Go. All right, so you can see right here, we've got the Xvive transmitter going on right here in the Rode PodMic. There's more noise as compared to when I was using my Wireless Go microphone by Rode. So I'm going to try to see what this sounds like now with my SM58. I'm probably going to do a voiceover now.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
You have questions.
Yes. I had a lot of questions. I'm sure you had a lot of questions, but...
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Seems like the transmitter is picking up the tapping against the microphone.
That's weird.
So I'm going to turn the transmitter on, and as you can hear, the sound is gone, so that's a weird quirk while it's on. Alright, so here goes the sound with the SM58. You can see, completely wireless. As you can hear, it sounds good. There's still a lot of noise, so the noise floor isn't all that low. I think the booklet said that its signal to noise was 110, something like that. You're getting that digital clipping noise right here. Do more to the transmitter and receiver's limitations than you are of your microphone's limitations. So just be aware of that fact. You've got 110 decibels of dynamic range. But I gotta say, this is a perfect cocktail microphone. You can hand this microphone off to the bride's uncle or give it to, you know, the best man who has an absolutely phenomenal funny speech planned. So the microphone is slightly heavier, but some wireless microphones are heavier. Quality microphones, let me say. You know when you're holding something substantial in your hands that, you know, is going to give you a good time without any fuss. I feel like I'm using a much more expensive microphone than an SM58. And now I get the balance thing. I mentioned earlier in the video that the transmitter and receiver felt like they were unbalanced. The head of the microphone's always the heavier part, and now with this here, I can feel an even weight in my hands. It's pretty cut and dry with the performance of the microphone here. Next, I'm going to try out the microphone outdoors and see the capability, the distance capability of the microphone. All right, here we are with the portability section and testing of the range of the Xvive U3 transmitters and receivers. So you see right here, I have one of them connected into my Numark DJ2Go 2 Touch. I'm going to leave that right there. I'm going to grab my SM58. We're going to leave this transmitter there. And you can see all the way over there I have my portable speaker. And a train is going by, which is ironic considering that when I did a review on this Denon speaker, actually a train was going by. I'll put the link in the description below of that video. And I'll probably put the link right up here somewhere, just so you can see what I'm talking about. It's very ironic to me. Okay, so I have the speaker about 40 feet away. Not everything went according to plan today. Now, see, that's the Denon Envoy battery-powered speaker, but I have not used that speaker in about 2 years. So, the battery on it is actually dead. I charged it overnight. The battery's just gone. And I was losing daylight, and I said, you know, I'm not going to run to try to find a battery for a lawnmower right now. So I'm just going to set it up with an extension cord into my Astrovan. And you can see here I have a U3 transmitter right here on my SM58. You look on the rear here, we have the two Xvive receivers. I'm using one as the microphone and one for the controller. All right, so here we are. We've got some volume. It looks like it's working. It sounds like it's working.
It's working! It's working!
I wonder if this is what it sounded like on the set of Jaws at Martha's Vineyard every time the shark turned on.
The shark is working. Repeat, the shark is working.
So let's try a track. Alright, so we have the microphone and the music both being sent to the Denon via the Xvive U3 transmitters, going into the receivers on the back of the Denon. So it seems like everything's good here. We've got good distance, we've got good volume, and it all works. That's all we needed to know. And what a lovely fall day. So I did counter a little bit of interference when I got closer with the microphone. You can see it's cutting out. That is the audio. You see the light flickering, and that's because I'm near it with this one for the microphone. The microphone, strong signal, but this one not so much. We're gonna go to channel 3 on the transmitter for the U3. And what we're gonna do to get to channel 3 is that we're gonna double click. Now it's ready. And let's go to channel 3. And the music is almost instantaneous, so that's a good thing. All right, so there it is. We've got good volume. We've got a beautiful fall day happening back there. And let's see what happens when we get the mic closer. Let's see if we get any interference with the controller's transmission. Yeah, see, so changing the channel helps. So that's good stuff. I think we've pretty much proven that there's good range and you can change channels on the fly, which is fantastic. So I think that is a good true test of the capability of the Xvive U3 transmitters coming from the controller and the microphone.